Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Yeah, would you just like to issue an open plea to draw a holding call? What is it gonna take for you to draw a flag?
I mean, this guy keeps playing, man. I'm not gonna sit here up and complain that we get held a lot, but, you know, definitely happens sometimes, but, you know, we still gotta make plays.
But how hard is that, like, it's 3 games in a row, your jersey is literally being pulled back like 3 feet.
Mhm.
Everyone can see it except the family down.
Yeah.
Like, that's gotta be frustrating to try and play through that.
Yeah, definitely it is a little frustrating, but like I said, man, there's ways to get around, you know, there's things that I'm doing that are allowing them to hold on to me. So that's just,
Wearing a jersey?
Yeah, I gotta get better. I mean, yeah, it's a little technique stuff that we go over with Coach Jay that, you know, they can't get their hands on you, they can't hold you, so that's something I gotta work on.
Go over here, third row left, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Zach, how hard is it to pressure the quarterback when Purdue is releasing the ball as fast as it is? And are there things that, if you look back on the film, that you guys think you guys could have done better in pass rush?
Yeah, you know, that's always a challenge. You know, they was pretty much catch and throw the whole game, but there was opportunities where, you know, they did hold the ball a little longer, and we gotta take advantage of those opportunities and get home.
And for you personally, you're going to have a decision to make after the season about the NFL. Have you thought at all about this could possibly be your last game in Ohio Stadium?
You gotta beat Michigan State.
Right behind him, Jacob Bench, the Lantern.
Speaking of Michigan State, I mean, it's going to be a top 10 showdown, and the Big Ten having 3 teams in the top 10 and not just vying for a conference title, but the CFP implications. Just how different is it that the Big Ten has quality teams, the top 10 showdown on Saturday?
I mean, I think every Big Ten opponent is good. I feel we're in the best conference in college football right now, and it shows that. You said we got 3 teams in the top 10, and that's not by accident, you know. So we got to go out there on Saturday and play our best ball to get a win.
And just from the film from the Spartans, what have you seen from Kenneth Walker? I mean, his numbers don't lie. He's leading the nation in rushing. Just how do you guys plan on kind of combating that?
Yeah, he's a legit running back. You know, he's explosive. He's a big guy. He can run through tackles. So, you know, that's something we just got to key in this week on and make sure our run fits and our fundamentals are right.
Second row left, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Look, Kenneth, it's been a while since you guys have played maybe an elite level running back like that. You did the first 2 weeks, and you guys kind of struggled at times with CJ and with Muhammad. What you guys learned from those 2, performances that can help you now?
You know, those are the Minnesota guys, right?
Yeah, Minnesota and the Oregon guy.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. You know, I feel like we're a different defense than we were then.
And the way they use him, I guess, what makes it difficult to match up against a guy like that? I guess
He's just a good back, and got to give all credit to him. You know, his O-line does a good job of moving guys out the way. He's got good vision. He sees the holes and he hits the holes hard. So, you know, it presents a good challenge for us.
Fourth row left, Colin Gay, Rivals.
Hey Zach, was last week's preparation in terms of preparing for for Purdue's pass-heavy defense, was that different for the defensive line room than any other week? Or I mean, especially with the rest of the defense dropping 8, rushing 3, things like that. Was it a different preparation or was it the same?
Pretty much the same preparation. You know, coach comes in with the game plan on Tuesdays, and we try to do our best to perfect it by the time Saturday comes.
What did you learn? I guess, I mean, without as much pressure as you guys usually put, what did you learn about your room? What did you learn about the capabilities or how important the defensive line is in terms of the overall pass coverage?
Yeah, I feel like, the D-line is a key part to stopping the passing game. You know, if the quarterback sits there all day with all the time in the world, he's going to, pick any defensive part. That's on us to, get him uncomfortable, get off the spot, get him on the ground.
Third row middle, Doug Lamarice, Cleveland.com.
Zach, you just mentioned this, that you said you're a different defense from the first couple games of the year. I mean, every year you guys grow and evolve and you get better over the course of the year. But how would you describe how much you feel like that's like not us at all? There were different things this year that would contribute to that.
Yeah, I feel like one is, guys are getting more confident, guys are getting more experience, the first 2 weeks we had guys with 0 starts coming in Minnesota. There's 1 start going into Oregon, you got to get your feet under you before you can start playing really good ball. And I think that's what we did.
Okay. And so, I mean, when you watch film of yourselves or whatever, I mean, do you ever look back at the first couple weeks, or is it just you're really focusing on here's what we did last week or a couple weeks ago?
Here's what we did last week, and then we focus on that play coming up.
Over here, front row right, Tim May, Letterman Row.
Zach, as you watch their quarterback, Michigan State's Peyton Thorne, what just jumps out at you about him and the way they protect him?
Like I said, their O-line does a good job of, pass protection. Guys try to get after him, and they're sitting on blocks, and that's something that we got to be disruptive and get him off his spot. make him look at his second or third option, stuff like that.
When you know another team has got an elite back, and yet they also like to throw the ball, how much does it just kind of change your mindset, like a defensive end in a game like this, about the precaution of the run game, yet you gotta get to the quarterback?
Yeah, you gotta stop the run first, you know, you stop the run and make a team one-dimensional, you know. You get to pin your ears back and go rest the passer.
Did I miss anybody? Far left, deep, Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on Sports Illustrated.
Zach, just you personally, not the defense as a whole, what have you gotten better at this year?
I feel like I've gotten more consistent. You know, before my past 2 seasons, you know, I would make plays and you know, I would go games without making any plays. Now I feel like, you know, I'm impacting the game every week.
And when you look at Michigan State's offensive line prepping for this week, do they remind you of another offensive line that you've seen this year?
Not really. I mean, they're all new guys, so it's.
Front row middle, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Zach, what do you remember most about last year's Michigan State game? It was probably surreal. You didn't have Coach Day. You missed a lot of the offensive line. What was that game like? Do you remember?
It was cold. I remember. I was just happy, you know, seeing Coach Jay out there. You know, being coach. That's one of his goals, and you know, help him achieve that. You know, it means a lot to me.
And you know, I asked Coach Jay this. Do you take any time? Have you taken any time this year to savor having a normal season, having routines, having fans in the stands, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot better than last year. You know, being able to get in a routine and doing this every week, and you said the fans, that's huge. You know, feeling the momentum on the field and the energy that they bring, you know, helps a lot, definitely.
Right next door, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Zach, what do you see on film that makes like Kenneth Walker a unique back, or somebody's been able to rush for 1,400 yards this year?
You know, he's explosive. You know, he's got really good vision. He's got a good old line here. Does a good job of moving guys out the way. And, you know, he finds the holes and, you know, hits them hard.
When you face a back with good vision, what challenges is that great for you guys? What's like really important for you guys to do to defend somebody who has like good vision, good cutting ability?
You just got to be gap sound. You know, don't get greedy. Let the plays come to you.
Over here to the right, Clay Hall, WSYX.
We've all heard that cliche, one game at a time. Pretty appropriate this week. How do you, is it the respect you have for this opponent that you're not thinking about next week?
That's every week.
Every week.
Yeah, every week we focus on who's in front of us. You can't control the future. You got to just be where your feet at.
We'll go deep left, Olivia Weil, Spectrum One.
I asked Coach this, but I want to ask you too. You know, talk a little bit about this senior class going into senior day. What you have to say about them, their help this season, and their help the last 4 years?
Yeah, the seniors, you know, those guys, a lot of those guys were here when I was a freshman. You know, they really helped me out a lot. You know, just learning how to do college football, and you know, they helped me as a player individually. You know, their leadership skills, they definitely helped me in that area as well. You know, like I said, we got a great senior class, and I'm definitely gonna miss those guys after the season.
And we have one final question for Zach, third row middle, Doug Lamoreese, Cleveland.com.
Zach, after 3 years, how would you describe your relationship with Larry Johnson at this point?
Yeah, I love Coach Jay. You know, he's helped me in ways that I can't even begin to discuss. You know, when I came in here, I feel like I was still raw. I didn't really know how to play the game of football at a high level. You know, he's taught me how to do that. And not only that, he's taught me how to be professional on and off the field.
Great. Zach, thank you very much.
Thank you.